And welcome to Benchmonster TV, a special Wednesday edition.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condray.
And I am the Bench Monster. We're sporting some new hats provided to us by Mary Askew.
Yes, they're awesome looking hats.
Nice fitting.
Yeah.
Mine's a little on the last latch, though.
They're very nice hats, very nice
I got a big
shirts.
head. And who made the shirts?
Marilyn made the shirts. They were for the
Marilyn,
meet that we were supposed to go on this weekend that you're
What's
mailing out.
Marilyn's last name?
It was that one, Stredwick.
Stredwick at the gym.
They were made for that.
Nice lady.
Yeah.
What do we got? What's going on this week? You got a meet coming up this weekend?
Yeah,
You're gonna do
we
well.
got a meet that you bailed out of tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
We got
this weekend.
we got your openers
That's
coming.
cool.
Do
We're
awesome.
happy about it.
It'll be fun. You'll enjoy yourself. It'll be a big show.
Committed to this whole time and backed out of tonight.
We got a lot of
Cool,
videos
guys.
to showcase
Super
tonight,
happy about it.
and well, you'll get
Yeah,
over
we're
it though.
just blowing through that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Wear the hat that was made for it.
we had a very very impressive max effort workout this week, I thought. So we will check that out. We will start off with the videos. I had many emailed to me, and they are important. We'll get started with that. I'm going to talk a little bit about my neck. I went in to see the doctor on a follow-up appointment, and I got a lot of carpal tunnel syndrome going on. I put that down on the info sheet before I saw the doctor. He didn't seem to think it was a big deal, but it's actually both hands. I know I don't have carpal tunnel syndrome at this point, but I guess it has something to do with the shot. Some little reaction I'm having. Hope it goes away because it's kind of irritable. Like just holding my toothbrush, doing this number, the muscles in my hands are cramping up. It's really weird. But the trade-off is I can still bench press a lot, and I'm getting the strength built back on the right side of the body, which has been atrophied for 7 months, so I'm very happy with that. That being said, first up on our videos, we will run through these, and we will get to the chat box on this weird Wednesday Benchmonster TV episode. First up, Evan Yonker sent me some videos. He competed in the Highland Games for the first time. He had a hell of a time, an awesome time, a fun time, and I know they do those out here every once in a while. I've never attended one, but I've seen many of them on video. He did a couple throws, and we'll check those out here. Throws for distance, you'll basically witness exactly what he's doing. I have to put up a backing. But the first one I believe I have is he's using two weights for 2 attempts here. 28 pounds is the first weight he's going to throw. The second one is 56 pounds he's going to throw. So let me put up a backing and we will watch Evan Yonker here. That's what I'm talking about. That was 28 pounds. And now we will watch 56 pounds. He said he liked the 28-pound throw, and I can agree with him. This is something, if I was to do, would probably pull and tear a pec. But I would love to try it once. Broaden my horizons. There's technique involved, and I do not know nothing about it, but there you go. Zoom. And just for the record, the distances he threw, if anybody's keeping track, the first one, 28 pounds, he threw that 32.4 feet. Congratulations, Evan. Second one, 56 pounds, threw at 20.4 feet. Awesome job, Evan. And I believe he asked if we had these contests out here, Highland Games, and I know we do. I don't know if it's on the west side or east side of the state, but they do them here. And if there ever was one and Evan was to come up and do it, that'd be really cool. And I'd like to witness that. And like I said, I've never been to one. So, Drew Howard, Bench TV family member, a new family member, sent me a video because I was going to critique his lifting a little bit and see if I can help him. Sent me a video doing 475 for 2 reps. He's 22 years old. And once again, I have to put the backing on. I'm sorry. It's a problem that I have with these crop videos. 22 years young. When I was 22, my best bench was 198. So, Drew, you are way ahead of me. Not sure. Well, I think I know Drew's body weight, but when I was 22, I was 198 with 15-inch arms and thought I was something special. And I was lifting in a blast shirt, if I remember correctly. 21, yeah, somewhere in there. Next up, Howard Weingarten sent me some videos to critique a little bit. I looked them over a little bit and tried to find some things that I could help him with his videos. But regardless of the fact, one of the videos was very impressive. An 815 reverse band press in an F8. Let's check out Howard Weingarten doing 800. Great descent. Keep in mind that Howard, I believe, does have the Warlord also. So he's got two great shirts, F8 and the Warlord. I need to reach out and order one of those Warlords myself. I definitely want to try. I'm intrigued and interested, especially like I said before, how the sleeves are cut forward. Joseph Tumbarello, in the social media realm, quite heavily, doing some great bench presses. I'm hoping he's got a meet coming up because he is definitely ready. I had to use two of his videos here because I was always impressed when I see the guy bench press. First bench press we're going to watch is 615 for 3 reps. If I said that correctly, 615. That's a strong man right there, people. With pauses, too. We will have him on the show, believe me, at some point soon. He said he was going to do it. Assuming he's training for a meet, and I do not want to bother his training cycle. Tumbarello again here. Now, this is 675. And being at a body weight, I believe he's 259. Give or take a pound is what it says there, 259 on the note sheets here. 675 for 1 rep. My God, son, let's take a look at this. This deserves a look, and a second look, and a third look. Like, that is impressive. And that's a pause, too. So, I want to watch it again. So that puts him in the 275-pound class. And I believe, who's 275 raw? Jeremy Hornstra, I believe. I believe he may have a record in there. But guys like this don't come around too often. Tumbarellos and Julius Maddoxes, you know. I mean, this guy's throwing up some heavy weight. And I look forward to seeing him on the platform. Next up, Julius Maddox, last Saturday, was going for the all-time crazy 800-pound, first man to bench press 800-pound raw lift. And I believed it was primed and ready. We showed a 796 here on the show not too long ago. And that looked effortless. And, you know, anything can happen at a meet. And maybe the handoff was a little wrong. You know, I'm not going to make excuses. But, you know, Julius will live to fight another day. We will check out his 800-pound bench here. Let me put the backing up. Sorry I have to do this. Kind of stupid. But it looked like when he took the hand off, it kind of shifted back over his face a tad. And that, like right when they let go, it kind of moved or wiggled there. I didn't like that. But, you know, he is so primed to get it, man. It's just a matter of time. You know, everything's kind of got to be perfect at the level he's at. And I believe we're going to turn on the internet, social media on a Saturday, and we're going to see that he's blasted it up because I think it will happen soon. He is very ready. And I've seen him in person once, and I've seen multiple times he's been out there doing 770 this and 780 that. And he can do it in the gym, 796. You know, he's on point. So it's just a matter of getting those stars aligned, you know, and they have to be that way.
It was going up that day. It looked so strong off the chest. And
yeah, it just, you know, little kink in the armor there, and then that was the outcome. Up next is Andrew, Hause. I'm assuming it's Haas, like pause or Haas. He's doing 905 squat for 3 reps. Altogether, he did 3 sets of 3 reps with 905. That made it very impressive. So I got to put the backing up again. I'm sorry. We'll watch Andrew here do 905-pound squat here. 3 sets of 3. Knee wraps and a belt. Nothing wrong with that. Body weight, I do not know. But 1 set of 1 I'd be happy with. 3 sets of 3. A strong man. Good form. There you go, Pete. That's badass. I don't care. That mono with the Duffalo bar. Up next, always entertaining, another superstar of superstars of above and beyond. This man, Jimmy Kolb. I mean, I can't say enough about him. 1,405 pounds. Let's watch that right now. I believe it's a half board or a one board he's doing it to. Just one thing that impressed me about this video, on top of the fact that it's 1405, is on the handoff, they count like a 3-second count. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 seconds time under tension with 1,405 pounds you're holding. That in itself is insane. Jimmy, you are a beast and you're an awesome dude. And let's check out your 1405 here. Pharrell shirt. Very tight on the arms, I'm noticing. I need a shirt that's tight on the arms, too. Now, it looks like a half board. A 3-count hold, and then the descent here. Crazy. Oh.
Effortless. Looking good.
And then they kind of keep him on the bench. I'm assuming that's like to get his wind, get his air.
Why do they hold him there, though?
I don't think they want him to...
Trying to get that hard to get up? Or?
I think they want him to breathe, There's a lot... I can't speak from experience, so I've never done that. But I'm sure that there's a little bit of exhaustion. And, I mean, Jimmy... Fuck, man. Yeah, I can only imagine. Like I said, 1240 or 1280 to a 4-board I did one time. And I thought that was something. 1405. That is, there's only one man on the earth that's doing that, and that's Jimmy Kolb. Dan Green. I saw a Dan Green video. We had Dan Green video here last week, and so I scoured the Instagram, and I saw something that was very cool. Because I know what these dumbbells feel like. I lay on the flat bench and do them, but they are 145-pound dumbbells. And he's doing them for 10 reps seated dumbbell press. Now that in itself is monstrous, and I want to check that out real quick. I mean, I do 150s. This is only 5 pounds less. So now my thought was, how's he going to get them up? Like, technique is important here. Like, this is impressive. That's very hard to get those up and started here. But he kicks them up. Very nice. A lot of hip drive there. Hip. One at a time. Boom. Rolls them. There we go. Okay. There's technique there. And I've never done this. 105s, 110s. I've never done this amount of weight. That's intense shit right there. Very impressed, Dan Green. That will build bowling ball shoulders like Dan Green right there. Nice. If you do those often.
Very impressive lifter. Just whatever he's doing, he's impressive and strong with it. It's always fun to watch.
Got a late video here from One Rep Max. Sent me a really cool rack lockout, rack pull.
Love our One Rep Max.
Yeah,
we heard from him last week. That was really cool.
He's doing 9 plates, and I had to get the calculator out because I couldn't add that up very fast. 855, and he really wanted to put all his effort in doing this, and let's see if I can get it to play here. Yeah, here we go. Intense lifter too. He got all of it too. One rep, you had another 100 pounds in you too, man.
That was easy. Where's the struggle?
Good job, One Rep.
That was easy.
A smoke show.
Nice. All day long.
Yeah, you
all
could have added another
day
plate,
long.
easy.
You could have kept repping that, or added a plate, or
That being
very
said,
nice work.
my videos are done. As short as it may be. Having that extra day, Thursday, you know, I usually have time to dig for more videos. So it's kind of a Wednesday weird day, but we're going to roll with it. Looks like we have Ashley's squat, bench, and 2 deadlift videos, and we'll get to speed, bench, and max effort. I think you'll enjoy those. First up, Ashley squat. What are we watching here? An opener?
Yeah, it's my opener.
315, 25, if that's a 55-pound bar. 35, 45, 365?
It's roughly 365, so open around 358, 365, depending how or 363 is what it would be.
363 in kilos. Don't see any problems in her squats. I video them from the side, and I'm the first one to grab the camera and see if the depth is an issue.
I won't have you there to call depth like you usually would, so I guess I'll just have to do the best I can.
I never call depth on these squats, and you have no mirror in front of you, and you do it perfectly
Yeah,
every
the
time.
one before this was high. That's why I had to bury this one.
You got that rhythm, how to find that. It's just, it's simple.
I wish I did, but
Bench press. What are we doing on bench? Plate 10, 10, 2.
this is 180. I probably won't open
no.
quite this high, but either 170 or 176. I'd like to open 176.
Remember, you're benching on a bench that's an inch lower too.
And now we'll have somebody random handing off for me probably, so that'll change the game as well. Not having my regular handoff guy.
You know, when I go to meets, I hand off for random people, and I do the best I can.
Yeah, you've got the best handoff.
That
in
was
the
easy.
world. So yeah.
We have 2 deadlift videos for Ashley here. First one up, I don't know which one it is, but there's 2. 3 plates, 25, 10, 10, 2.5, all the way to the end with a clip. I don't have the math on that. That's a 45-pound deadlift bar, I believe.
410.
410.
Again, probably won't open quite that heavy. Deadlift doesn't feel quite as strong as I want it to, so I'm a little worried about that.
Well, at the end of the day, after squatting, benching, and then how fast they run the meet, you know, you always want to save. Get on the board. That's what I always say.
Be on my own, picking my own numbers this time, I guess. So to just see how it goes.
How many meets have you done? All together now, like not the early ones, but the serious ones that you like, your 3 lifts and Arnold Classic venue and places like that. Big shows, little shows. You got quite a few under your belt, so you're no rookie. Seasoned veteran. Power off the floor and a little walk.
Even the most seasoned veterans and best lifters have their coaches and their teammates and have somebody in their corner.
Deadlift 2. Looks like the same day, just different angle.
Helping them pick numbers, talking about how it looked and helping them pick numbers and handing off and all that good stuff. So.
What are you doing here? Second attempt? Like your second opener?
No, the weight's lighter here. They're backwards.
Lighter.
This would have been first.
Oh, well, I had
The
deadlift and
first
deadlift
one
2.
that you played was the second.
Okay, so this is lighter. This is what?
This is 400. And then
400. That's not really lighter. 400's heavy.
I just mean it's lighter than it's like this will probably be my opener.
Yeah.
I'd like to open a little higher than I did.
Hopefully they have a
Last
deadlift
time,
bar
but I
that
just-
maybe they'll
I
have the
don't
Duffalo
know
deadlift bar that
what we're using.
the flex
I
is
don't
5
know what
inches.
the environment's like. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. So
400. Pretty simple. So you do this time and time again. You can do this on your deathbed. That's the thing about 400. It's like nothing. Not even a strain, see? It's like a speed rep. It's fast. And you got some really good advice from AJ and the other people last week on how to work on that lockout at the very top. After this meet, maybe you will take some of that and use it.
I already started doing that, so yeah,
Good.
I appreciate the advice.
We're here to help each other, and that's what we do. We got some speed bench, and we got some max effort upcoming here. Let's see what we did on speed day. That would be Friday. at 3:30 p.m. start time. Let's check out Speed Bench. So what's going on here is we got 5 people rotating on Speed Bench. Some are competing in 2 weeks. Dan and his son are going to be competing in, I believe, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho in 2 weeks. So they are doing 9 sets of 3. Jake, myself, and Hines are doing something totally different. And we pick our volume. So 6 sets of 10, 6 sets of 8, our choice. Dan's on point to bench over 400 raw. He's looking strong. And in his shirt, we'll see on max effort. These are my bands, and my bands are 75 pounds at the top. Nobody likes them because they're legitimately, like, they're not worn out, like a gym band you would find in your gym. These are tough. I keep them in my truck, and I only use them for speed day. I don't use them for special exercises either. They're only for the bench. And I believe they're like 16 bucks a pair or something like that on Elite FTS. So you pick some up. They just had 30% off not too long ago. Memorial Day weekend for... I'm enjoying a pain-free shoulder and a working right arm. Keep in mind, it's been 7 months that it's been down, so I'm trying to bring it back. And I am benching almost every day in the gym, whether it be dumbbells, incline, extra bicep work, extra tricep work for the right side. Trying to rebuild that whole system that's been impinged for so long. Jake Stoker, who has been working with us for quite some time now, is making tremendous progress too. He was on a real strict diet plan of low carbs and has recently came off of that, and of course his numbers have excelled. Chris is on point to set some big bench records at the Coeur d'Alene Meet 2. We just got to get some weight on him. He lost about 20 pounds. So we're trying to feed the poor kid. Weight moves weight, man, in this game. Mike Lupacek has been working with him and getting him straightened out. Any tweaks and things like that we've been working on. All here to help each other and better ourselves is what we're trying to do. And yeah, we're wiping the chair. It's really warm here now, up in the 80s, so sweating is a factor. Not even 100 yet, and we're already like sweating all over the place. So I believe since we're doing higher reps, we're doing wider grips. Trying to build some muscle. I'm trying to build up that that right side of my body, upper body, so that's why I choose to do this. I believe we did 6 sets, and Chris and Dan are only doing 9 sets. So we opt out a little earlier than those guys, but yeah, that really feels good. I don't feel like I'm compensating with my right shoulder anymore. Everything's firing in unison. I'm having a good time. We've been doing incline, decline, and flat bench on speed day. A lot of volume on each one. So this time I switched it up. Instead of going to incline, we went to decline and chose a close grip and some chains. So that was the game plan. Never a dull moment on speed day. Ever changing is the exercises. Reps, sets. Rest periods always remain the same, very short. Always trying to push up the volume on different exercises. Using different speed percentages every week. Different grips, different bars, different resistance, different angles, the whole 9 yards. 315 and some chain here for Hines. A little belly bounce, but that's all right. Some triceps are working there. That's good. He's in a line right there in a nice groove. Of course, we're going to do incline. Now it's wide grip. I purposely chose these also because that pectoral is atrophied somewhat the right side, so I'm hitting it at all angles, getting it to balloon back up to match the other. And plus, this is a great amount of volume for us. Usually, you know, the 9 sets of 3, we move on to triceps. There's a lot of pressing movements here. A lot of conditioning too. This incline bench I don't really like. You don't get a lot of leg drive. You're so low to the ground. It's really all upper body, which is a good thing, but it's hard. Can't do a lot of weight on it. Well, I put 405 on there one time, so I guess that's a lot. But it gets the job done. Then we decided to grab the axle bar. I don't know if it's a strongman apparatus or not, but we'll use it. Green tape marks the center. What we're doing here is some extensions to the forehead, and then we're going to flare our elbows and bench to our throat. So it's 8 sets of 8, I believe. 8 extensions, 8 presses. Try to really turn out those elbows. That's not how you bench normally, but this here is a lot of arms and very hard. No, it doesn't look like a lot of weight, but keep in mind this workout's 1 hour, so it's cooking. Here we got a plate and a quarter on there. Extensions first. Now I say 8 sets of 8, 8 extensions, 8 presses, but you know, sometimes if it's 6 or 7, that's okay too. Just as long as it's hard, and this is hard. It doesn't look easy. Even this part here is a little tough. Those triceps are on fire. His face is red for a reason. And mine too. My extensors have seen this type of movement for 20 years now, so. But I like it. I love this stuff. It's hard, but it's fun, and it's rewarding. I had to stop here because the weights were falling off, and my arms were burning, so that kind of screwed me up. We should have had clips on there, but they don't fit on that bar really, so you got to kind of balance it. And then I got to do presses, and I hit a wall. Not going to lie to you. It was like, look, it was like a dying quail. I said, take it. Well, that's the way it goes. You don't win them all. Hey, here we are again. That was speed bench. And let's move quickly into max effort. We did reverse band press. It's a popular max effort movement on our crew. It's a little ego lift. It's a little fun lift. It's what it is to me, it's all wrapped up in one. It's a static hold, but you move it. And you can move a lot of weight. We're using the blue bands, which are 100-pound bands, but that's at a 7-foot power rack. Our rack is really weird. It's like 9 feet tall, and there is a bar that runs across it, but if we hook it up to there, that's like over 8 feet. So the bands are going to be pulling like 300 pounds, assisting 300 pounds. So what we did is we hooked up these little extension arms that you like, I don't think you rack pull on them, but we put those up high, which wasn't too high, and we put the blue bands on there. Probably getting, well, we had 135 on there, and that didn't hover at our chest, so probably somewhere between 90 and 100 pounds this band was helping. And let's check out max effort. This was a fun one. I don't have any of the lighter stuff because that's boring. Let's just start right at 600 pounds.
Good, nice and smooth. Good job, Hines. 6th grade.
Here's Dan with 715. I believe I have these numbers.
Not
Oh, that's
Dan.
me. Well, we got the same shirt. Oh, here we go. Here's 715.
Hines.
Get your ass down, boy!
Well, something happened there. We had some audio malfunctions. 715, Dan. No, this is actually, 715. It's all the reds. Full range, he's going here, which is nothing wrong with that. We didn't know if we were doing boards or what we were doing.
Nice. Good job, Dan.
895. This is me. Dan helped me. We're wearing a belt now because the way I set up, the neckline really moves on the shirt, and we're onto something here. Because now I can do my setup, and that neckline stays where we plant it. And I had some success here. I jumped from 715 to 895. I decided 2-board, and was happy with that. And then Hines, of course, is going to go with 895 here on 2-board. Little bit of a grinder, but put it up. That's all that matters. 805. See, Dan has the same blue shirt, black and blue shirt. This is Dan's 805 here on a 2-board. Sandbagging a little bit.
Easy.
That was a smoke show.
Very
1005 for Hines off a 3-board. Let's watch it.
Get your ass down, boy!
Well, something happened there. 895 for Jose. Been on our team for 4 weeks, and he's fucking with weight that is unbelievable for a new guy. He's going to go far. Looks like Dan here going to go 915 instead of 900, which wasn't a problem. Little 3-board action here. Strong triceps, Dan.
good.
1005 for me off 2-board. With the belt cinched and the neckline put in the right position. I'm kind of learning some tricks here. Then we moved on to close grip 5-board. Yep, that's a 5-board. Made it in 2002, and I still got it. This is one of George Halbert's favorite exercises. 5-board lockout. You're supposed to push towards your feet and try to take the front deltoids out of it somewhat. But we did 5 sets of 5 here. Jose doing the most weight, 4 plates and a quarter. This kid's going to bench 5 raw, and then he's going to order a shirt, probably a Pharrell, and who knows? 1,000. Who knows? Got the football bar out for a set of extensions here. Sometimes we hang kettlebells, sometimes we hang chains. I don't know what this is. This is what I put up with. You're not born with those. You have to make those, and that's boilers. Letting that bar go right between my eyes right there. That's what you want to do. These are tough. Because you bend those right back, and your elbows say, no, no, no. They hurt. Your brain will immediately want to do a pressing movement on these instead of an extension. That's just the way it is. Jose here. Rolling them back, extending them up, roll them back. I think he did 5 reps here. That's all right. That's what we were doing. He probably could have done 10. Did some seated, got to do some shoulders too here. So these look good. I don't know why I chose and did not 2 plates, but felt good. Everybody gets involved. Probably could have brought there's those little things we hang our bands from, those little arms, but probably could have brought that down about another peg. But this was tough. Into the workout. Body is really fatigued, and we're still pushing. 4:30 until 7 o'clock. That's how long this workout goes. Jose just bouncing that way, making it look super easy. Look for big things from Jose here. It's just a matter of time. Trying to keep him healthy too. You know, he's been getting a little pains in his forearm brachialis here. You know, that comes with the territory when you're doing what we do and just hopping in and running with us. But we're going to taper him back a little bit now and work on some more volume because we don't want to burn him out. But he's made tremendous progress in a short amount of time. Yeah, he's
Impressive.
he'll probably have 1,000 pounds in his hand soon. I just want him to get his own shirt.
Talking shit to some of the guys.
Oh yeah, he's getting a little shit talking going on. We like that, and yeah, anything to make us better. So looks like a short
Oh yeah.
chat box today, which you know, hey, it's Wednesday. You know, we're not known for this, so this will probably be people will be looking for it tomorrow.
Those were some good max effort videos. Got lots of strong lifts there. That was looking really good, guys. Very nice work. So now we'll check out what these guys have to say. If you got any more questions or comments, throw them at us. Looks like just a few over here. Howard Weingarten, welcome to Wednesday. Is this supposed to say bench night, I'm guessing? I'm wondering.
It could be beach night too.
Is it beach night?
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Let's go to beach night.
Yeah, Howard, I gave
But yes, it's so good to see you, Howard. We're really glad you're here. Thank you for joining us, even though it's not
our normal day.
one of our normal nights, our normal day. We appreciate having you guys. CJ Morgani, good luck, Ashley. You're going to kill it. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate that. Hopefully come back with some good stories. We'll see. I'm hoping. Crossing my fingers.
Benchmonster.
Yo ho.
Hmm.
Happy Wacky Wednesday. And good luck with the meet, Ashley. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate it. We're going to do the best we can. Plans changed a little bit, so we're just going to go see what we can do. Hope it goes good.
It will.
Tim Odell. Sup, Ryan and Ashley. I'm digging the hat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of these done myself. I just haven't been over to the old shirt making guy and decided whether or not I want to commit to another 50 shirts and X amount of hats. I'm actually looking for another manufacturer to do it, but that's not too hard. It's pretty simplistic. Domo Melchor,
Yeah.
right below Tim Odell.
Hi guys. Wednesday night this time. Just temporarily. We're going to a meet tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow morning, so it was either cancel the show or
No.
or not have one at all, and we definitely didn't want to cancel the show, so here we are. We knew it, that people might not be able to make it, and it might be a little smaller show, but
It's all right. We're still doing it.
better than not having it at all. So thank you for joining us, Domo. It's good to have you here. Domo. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Sure, it's one or the other there, but I hope I'm not butchering it.
Domo, I think. Like
Domo. Yeah,
D-O-M.
that's what after you
Domo.
said Domo, I was thinking it's right. Domo, almost like
I'm
Domo.
sorry.
So I apologize, Domo. Let's see here. Thank you for joining us. So you this week it is Wednesday, but normally if you want to tune in, it will be Thursday. So like next week we will be back to Thursday, and the following week Thursday. This is like one
Kind of a
maybe
fluke.
one other time. I think there's one other time where we've changed either the day or the time. So just the way that we had to do it. Because me and Mary are going to be gone on our trip tomorrow. So yes, but next week we'll be back at regular time, Thursday at 7.
Paul Loeffler.
Hey guys, how's it going? Going pretty good, Paul. How are you doing? How are things going?
We were
You have is it this weekend that you guys are competing? Am I?
Yeah, he's gonna do a Widowmaker
That's
bench
this
press.
weekend,
I think it's
right?
this weekend, right,
I
Paul?
thought it was the same. Thought it was like right around or the same weekend as I knew it was right
We
around,
were-
but I thought it might be the same.
We were talking about you last night, Paul, during training. Dan and myself, we were wondering what federation you were going to that allows the use a Widowmaker. Is that 365 strong? Yeah, and we were
Yeah, that's a good question.
talking about you last night. Kind of just so you know, you're being talked about in good ways on our crew.
Yep.
Let us know if
Good
you're competing.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. We want to
Is
yeah,
Christina
let us know
competing
which
too?
she is, like they both are. I just can't remember. I thought it was this weekend. Let us
It
know
might
if it's this weekend or if we have that off, if it's one of the next weekends. And if it's this weekend, please make sure to keep us updated on how it goes. We want updates and we want videos and we want to know how
Yeah.
it's going. If it is this weekend, we wish you the best of luck. You know, you guys are going to kill it together. You'll both be there. You'll have each other. You'll have that support. So
Are you lifting in
have
a
great
2-ply
meet.
Widowmaker? Because I know BJ Dirk has a 2-ply XL and a large, and those Widowmakers are a little aggressive. And Dan was using one recently, and when he put it on and we put his arm out to the bar, when he brings the weight out, he told me the other night, he's like, I didn't even know if that was going to come down. So they're a real aggressive bench band slingshot apparatus. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And you know, I'm sure you know how to alter it too, wearing it up a little higher and then pulling it down, of course, putting it closer to the elbow, and so on and so forth. So you can do a lot of crazy weight with that too. We're seeing BJ do tremendous weight with that, and Dan too. So I don't have one of those yet. I got a lot of toys to acquire. I got to get a Warlord. I got to get a Widowmaker. Yeah, I got some things to get. I put the word out. Now that my arm's back, I don't feel too guilty calling up and making some moves, getting some equipment, some updated equipment. Evan Monster 1.
I would certainly come out to Washington to compete if there's an amateur division. Definitely up for that and meeting the two of you if I make it happen. That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, we'd love to have you out here in Washington, especially to compete. That'd be so much fun and get to meet and maybe go.
I thought they
Get
had those in
some food together or
Spokane, which is
hang
like
out
2 hours from
somehow.
here. I'm not sure. I thought somebody said there was some Highland Games or strongman outside kind of events that out in Spokane, but I'm not sure. Seattle, I'm not sure, but
I'm sure Seattle there probably is.
yeah,
I know.
I don't know anything about how to
my
find what
Instagram
what
friends
division, what
Tasha.
federation is that, and where to find a meet like that. So, Drew Howard.
Drew Howard. Hey guys, looking forward to a great show tonight. Appreciate you putting my video up tonight. Yeah, absolutely.
welcome, Drew.
We're super happy to have you. Thank you for sending us the video so that we could post it. Looking good. Things are looking great, looking strong. Keep up the good work. Keep posting those videos that where you're killing it and you're proud of it. We love to see that. Very, very good to have you.
Like I say, Drew, you're so far further ahead than I
Happy to
ever
put up your
was.
videos, yeah.
You know, when I was
Very
22, you're
impressive.
so far. I mean, on your path that you're on, it wouldn't surprise me if you excel even further at such a young age too. And you got so much potential. It's exciting to see when it's so young and to be so strong. Paul Loeffler.
Paul Loffer, how did that feel using a belt with your shirt?
Paul, it was awesome because here's the situation, and Shauna Mendelson spoke of this when we had her on the show, and Pharrell and Tony Carlino. And, you know, when you wear those shirts, you got to like hold your arms in like this so you don't move the neckline. But, you know, I'm not one of those guys to get under the bar and then just put my arms out and, you know, expect them to lift it all the way out. I get up on my neck and I do my thing. But when I do that, I mean, just like this t-shirt, when I go up and grab the bar, the neckline climbs. And so it's been going all over the place. And so I put 2 and 2 together and decided to get that bench belt out and anchor that thing down. And it really felt to me, I mean, without having a belt on, those and my bench band shirts have big sleeves on them. They're not like super tight to where I can put them on and it'll just stay. And you know, you're sweating and whatnot. And so mine have a lot of room to play, but anchoring that thing down, I remember one of the lifts we did, and actually didn't post it. I missed the 1005 the first time I tried it on 2 boards. I got it up 3/4 of the way and it died, but I know what I did wrong, because that's why I bring a camera to the gym. I went and looked on the camera and said, oh, I didn't spread the bar. I just shot it back, you know, gangster style. But I'm very happy with the belt, and I will continue to wear it, because what we did on that second 1000 attempt was we put the shirt just a 1/2 inch lower and I anchored it, did my thing, and it feels to me with the belt on that the shirt is like spray painted to your chest, your body. It doesn't move, and I think that's going to be my ticket. So I'll continue to be wearing a belt. 9 times out of 10 when I'm benching, Paul, I just put on my shirt, they pull the sleeves up, and I have them close the Velcro on the back, but that's just not working for me. I don't know. I'm a belt guy now, so. Paul Loeffler.
Paul Loeffler, can't wait to get back in the gym and start training for that 800-pound bench.
Hell yeah, Paul.
Yes, we're very excited for that. Make sure you're sending us continue sending us videos. We wanna see the road to 800 for sure. Like to see your training leading up to that. Very, very exciting. That's
So, Paul, do you have one shirt, Paul, or do you have 2 shirts? These are just like questions I'm throwing out because I'm curious. Do you have a 4-ply at all, or just a 3-ply shirt, maybe a 2-ply shirt? Just curious, because I know BJ Dirk on our crew, excuse me, he just got a 4-ply shirt, and it's 11 pounds. I mean, it's a monster. I have not seen it yet, but he's actually, you know, started with a 2-ply, 3-ply, and now he's got a 4. So just curious if you were gonna step it up and get into a 4. Just throwing that out there. Not sure. Thought I'd ask. Paul Loeffler again.
Yep, we are doing a meet Saturday. 365 strong. Yes, Christina is competing too.
Awesome.
And yes, we will have videos. And yes, 2-ply.
2-ply.
Very nice. Very cool. Well, we're excited to hear how your adventure goes. We know you guys are gonna kill it. Good luck. Very excited for both of you guys.
Yeah, Paul.
Can't wait to hear how it goes.
Shoot me a text Saturday. Give me a call. Last time we were up in Spokane at that USA, what was that thing we were doing up there? And I talked to Paul that day after his meet. It was kind of cool. Just let me know how you do, man, and Christina too.
Yep, we definitely.
And videos, of course. If you
feel
comfortable sending me videos, I will put them on the show.
Definitely, we'll be wishing you luck that day, and can't wait to hear how it goes.
Be rooting for you guys.
Definitely.
Kill it out there. See Jim Regani.
How long will you and Mary be in Idaho for? Just from tomorrow till Sunday. So
Thursday night till Sunday morning, probably.
And then I'll leave Sunday, so like 4 nights. So, yeah.
Howard Weingarten. Right here.
Ryan, thanks for your help with my bench videos. I am starting to make the corrections at hitting 700 plus.
There you go.
And hopefully 800.
You know, Howard, if our country was in a state of chaos with gas prices and things like that, it'd be nice if we got together and you could come up and train with our crew. You know, do a workout with us, because we got so many people with so many different eyeballs, and we really help each other and critique and look for things that we're doing wrong. And you know, it's being far away as we are, you know, it kind of sucks, but you know, a perfect world if you could come up and train with us on a Tuesday night, and we would have a blast, or vice versa. If I can get my guys to get a plane ticket or two, and I think, where's Howard at? Is he in LA? Vegas? No, he drove from somewhere. Sorry, Howard, I know you're not in LA. That's where I saw you last.
Somewhere in California, though,
Somewhere.
right?
I don't know. Howard, I don't know where you live, but I wish you were closer. I wish all you guys were closer.
Yeah, I know he's a long
because
way from here, but I couldn't keep track of where everybody was.
Yeah.
But it was definitely nice getting to meet you and getting to see you in person. There were a few Benchmonster family members that we met while we were there.
Yeah.
And, so that was really fun. And we enjoyed watching you compete and watching you be one of the toughest people I've seen. That was a fucking very
Scary moment. I fell on his
scary,
chest.
but like a badass.
Yeah.
Like got up
And walked away.
Handled it like a fucking champ. Like super impressive. Like just real tough.
And I mean, Howard, my second question is, you're going for 700 and 800. You're going to start shooting for that realm. Are you going to be wearing both shirts, the Warlord and the F8, or are you going to be sticking to one shirt? I'm just kind of curious, because the reason I'm asking is because you have both shirts, and I just, it's at some point you kind of make a decision, like one maybe works better as an opener, maybe one works better as a, I don't know. You have two shirts, two awesome shirts, and I'm just curious. Alex Estrada.
Ryan, did you find out who took second and what weight they put up at the meet?
Alex, let me tell you something. 10 minutes prior to this show, I was digging around. I had a stack of Powerlifting USAs over there that I took from my home. I do not have that one in this home. It's up in my other house. And I gave one away on our 100th episode, I believe. It was signed, but I do not have that that magazine with me on the 800 and who competed and who did what. And believe me, I've looked, and I have special places for those magazines because you can't get them anymore. And especially that edition, that's an important one. I had a box. Lambert, who ran the company, Powerlifting USA, he sent me a whole box. And over the course of time, I would take 6-10 of them to a meet, and I would sign them, and I was giving them away. And I only have so many left, and I know where they are up there, but it's an hour away to get to that my other house. But that is a good question, because that was a good meet. And like I said, Bill Gillespie was there. I don't know if he was there spectating or he lifted. I want to say he lifted, but that was August 2002, man. That wasn't just yesterday. So it's kind of hard to remember. I know I said I'd get back to you this week, and believe me, I looked high and low, and I cannot find that magazine in this house. So we will hold that thought, because I am very curious, because I will hold it here as we have the show, and I will look through and I will name the names who competed, and kind of a trip down memory lane too. That was a really cool meet. Wabdell meet that weekend in August of 2002. Howard Weingarten.
Howard. Also, they are having a Highland Games in San Diego at the end of the month. To find a meet, just go to email and punch in Highland Games, and it will show up.
San Diego.
Oh, in San Diego, okay.
Yeah, AJ Roberts lives down there too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
One Rep Max is down that way, and also that one guy named Mendelson is somewhere close down there too. I heard.
Oh, is that close to?
It's 2 hours. LA's 2 hours from San Diego. I know. Drew Howard.
Drew Howard. I really appreciate you saying that, sir. It means a lot coming from you. I want to be the best bencher in the world eventually. I believe when I hit my prime, I'll be able to hit some huge weights. 7 to 750. Oh, definitely. I mean, judging by your videos now, like, you've got unlimited potential, man. Can't wait to watch you just soar with that, like.
And I believe Drew.
Sky's the limit on that one, buddy.
Drew is talking about raw benching too. I don't think he's talking shirted benching. I think he plans on taking it to that level. And just keep stair stepping it.
Stay consistent.
Yeah, injury free too.
Yeah.
Yeah, training raw and allowing the body to get adequate rest and proper technique and listening to your body when you're training. All these things, it's real simple to be in the gym and your head's not in the game for some reason. You're thinking about something else, but you're getting getting ready to do a 600 raw bench, and you just underestimate the weight, or just something weird, and you just do it and you get a twang or something. Those are setbacks, and pec tears and things of that nature take time to heal and to come back from. We don't want to see any of those. So always respect the weight no matter what it is, and you'll make tremendous progress. I think I don't know where your body weight's at this time. I know it's probably in an email. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, you're gonna have to get up. Oh, I don't know how tall you are, Drew, but you know, 275, you know, maybe 300 bills. Thick chested. You look you look like you're about 5'10". That's judging from video. I'm 6'2", so when I watched you lift, I'm kind of looking at limb length and how far you're pushing the bar, and you're built to bench, Drew. That's one thing, man. And let's keep you on that path of success, because those numbers are not out of reach. And if you set your mind to it, you'll do it. Just remember, it's winter, spring, summer, fall. It's year round. It's committed training, man. And align yourself with people that share the same passion, and try to find training partners, people that are going to push you, and they'll come and go. Believe me, I have people that come in and train and they never see them again, or they come back. Like it's a revolving door. So you're going to have your committed powerlifting trainers, and just get yourself a good crew, and things will come quickly. And we're going to stay in touch the whole way, man. This is what I do. I ain't giving this up or nothing. I'll be doing this till I'm in the grave. So I will always be here, talking bench press and powerlifting and lifting in general. Howard Weingarten.
Dude. Damn, Paul. That's a hell of a press. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, strong guy. We're super excited.
I think Paul's going to hit a
hear
mid
about this
600 something he was talking about. 600 in the Widowmaker. Six something. Yeah, something. Where we at?
Let's see.
You're at Paul Loeffler right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Paul Loeffler, just have my 2-ply Widowmaker and my 3-ply F8 shirt. I plan on getting Rob to put a collar on it.
Okay. So your bench shirt, your F8 doesn't have a collar. I have both. I have some that have a collar and some that do not. So we were just talking about that recently. Some guys on the team think that the collar hinders the ability to touch. I'm not a bench shirt manufacturer, so Rob Farrell would know that business if the collar, what factor the collar plays in the bench press. A lot of his shirts do not have it. They just have that little scoop for the neck there. But some of my shirts have that real thick collar on. So I love them all. I mean, I can't say the collar works better than without a collar. I train with both, and I got some overkill. Oh no, not overkill. Dark side shirts too that I wear that don't have a collar. So I try to make them all work, and especially with my new game now with my bench belt, which I'm excited about, because that's a game changer for me. Because I've been playing. It's been messing with my head, man. You know, getting that shirt on, sitting down, looking in the mirror, and without a belt on, I roll back, I do my thing, I take it out. Now the neck's shifted, and I just been all over the place lately. So, but I like the way Jimmy Kolb's shirt worked when we watched him bench. If you notice his sleeve arms, they are just snug tight. I would prefer to have tighter arms on my band shirt with limited play in there. So, or just get bigger arms, I guess. I don't know. Where we at? Drew Howard.
I know that it is huge goal. This is huge goals, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I want to be the best raw bencher, then eventually maybe transition to a shirt. A little while away from all that, but that's my vision.
That's one hell of a vision, Drew, and you got that vision in front of you, man. You got a goal, and you're gonna shoot for it. And don't let anybody steer you different, man. You just stick to what you want to do, and you go out there and do it. There'll be naysayers, let me tell you. The people will come along and think that it's happened to me, man, and you just flick them off like this and just continue doing what you're doing. And sharing knowledge too, I think, is important. A lot of the heavier, the Kolbs and the Carlinos and so on and so forth, us passing down knowledge and things that worked for me when I was benching raw. We can help each other, and definitely think we can throw you some tips and tricks that I have done that have gotten me. I mean, I didn't really train raw bench, didn't really care about it because I was hell bent on being best in the world and not a world champion in the Wabdle Federation because that's where I started. I wanted to be the best in the world, and that was guys like Kennelly, Anthony Clark, and Jamie Harris, Confessor. Those guys that had the 700-pound benches. That's what I was trying to beat, and I didn't rest until I got that 800. And then I knew then I was like, I can't rest here. I'm on top of the mountain and I'm looking down, and there's a bunch of people chomping at my feet, man, trying to take my spot. And it's something you got to fight to get to the top of that mountain. But that's where you're going, Drew, and there's nothing going to stop you, man. Don't let anybody say that you can't. You can't. Howard Weingarten.
Howard Weingarten. I'm in California, right in the middle of the state, 265 miles from LA and 260 from San Francisco.
Okay.
And yes, I think I'm going to try both shirts for now, but leaning towards the Warlord.
Warlord.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm good. Stay tuned. So what's that? What's that called then from? What city is that then? I'm in California.
Yeah, halfway. It's like halfway in between.
Yeah, but when
I don't know.
we call it like what's?
I don't have a map in front of me.
What city is it? Not one that you think we would have heard of. I'm just curious.
I'm going to have to get a hold of, excuse me, John Ellick, and check that Warlord shirt out. It's 3-ply, 2-ply, how many plies you can get to it. I'm curious about it. I haven't talked to John in a while. I don't know. I have no idea what John Ellick's up to. I see he had an Instagram post recently. He's got looks like a bench shirt, bench shirt band thing he's got. And it looks pretty good. I mean, he's always innovative and creative and coming up with new things, and the Warlord is one of those. And I'm very interested in trying it out. CJ Morgani.
CJ Morgani. Are you talking about the meet you hit the 800 on a 4th, or when you got 804 like 2 meets after?
We're talking about the first 800, and that was August 2nd, 2002. That's the one where I made the cover, and I'm holding up the 800 numbers, and I got all my crew behind me, and yeah, that's the meet we're talking about. And that magazine cover, I believe I have 4 of them left, and I had 50, so I can't be giving those out too much anymore. Just can't get them anymore. And that's an important one to me, because there was a lot of passion that went into that run, and I thought I could do it. Knew I could do it because I just met Louis Simmons a year before, and I was on a warpath when I started using bands and chains and training properly and doing speed work, and I mean my lifting just excelled. But to surpass Anthony Clark at the time was just, that he was the man, and still is the man. What he did was he laid the ground rules to the 800 bench. Of course, I thought that that's what he did. Of course, it was discredited, and he was credited with 784 or something. So yeah, to go out there and do that, and it was history making in itself. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, that meet, and who competed and who was in my weight class, and all that stuff. Well, we will have that those answers at some point when I have the magazine in front of me. Logman
71. Good luck this weekend, Paul. You're looking strong and ready to rock. Yep, Paul, you're gonna kill it. We're looking forward to seeing your videos and hearing your updates. You are going to rock it. Howard Weingarten, I would love to be able to come up and work out with you and your crew, or vice versa. But you're right, nowadays with $10 gas, $10 gas in the future, damn.
Yeah, it's getting, and let's not forget groceries. I mean, has anybody gone grocery shopping lately and looked at the price of goods and what you need to feed your family? It's getting a little rough out there, people. Oh, kind of a new one here. Read that one.
The Ukraine Freight Train. Oh, I like that.
That's kind of cool.
That's a cool name. Also, How do I send you videos?
Well, I'm going to put my email up here, and it's benchmonster@gmail.com. And I ask you guys to please send me workout videos. If you want me to critique something, I'm open to that. I like to post videos on the show of what you're doing in training and showcase you guys, because that's what it's about. So I'll leave my email up there for extended moment, and that's how to get a hold of me, benchmonster@gmail.com. CJ Morgani.
CJ Morgani. The meet you did 804. Bobby Leitz seems to have the second best at 699.9, and the 800.2 meet, the second best was Bill Gillespie.
Gillespie did compete there.
650.
How does CJ Morgani know that? Do you have the magazine in front of you? I'm assuming. And that meet where I did the 804. So if my memory serves me correctly, I did the 800, and then I think Gus brought me down to his Wabdell Worlds, I'm assuming, that winter, and I think I missed 800 there. I really was upset about that. I think at that point I honestly left my best lift in the gym a few weeks prior. I brought out everything that I thought would work. Turn of the year there would be 2003, and that's when I tore my pectoral. And so my next 800 bench, and I may be wrong, would be December 2003. That was done at a Wabdell Worlds, and I believe I did. I'm on the cover of a magazine somewhere. I saw it over there. I had the fire beanie on. I think I did 805 or 804, whatever it is. And it's really weird too, because Paul Roch is on the cover and he's raising his hand like this, and I'm still trying to figure out why he didn't hand off for me there.
I always wonder that.
I think I had Terry Lewers or maybe Gus hand off. Gus is a really good handoff person too. He handed me when I was going 700s, you know, he would hand off for me. But yeah, I can't remember why Paul didn't hand off. Maybe he was deadlifting, want to conserve energy, or he was I don't know. But Paul was a great handoff guy too, though. All right, where are we at? CJ? We already read that one. CJ again.
CJ Morgani.
Oh, open powerlifting.
Or that's what open powerlifting says.
Huh.
Okay.
804. I'm pretty sure that was a year later.
Searching it on open powerlifting. Very cool.
Drew Howard.
Drew Howard. Yes, you're exactly right.
5'10",
275 currently. We'll definitely have to gain some weight as I go up heavier. I will continue to soak up all the knowledge you have to offer. I'm all ears.
Yeah, 275. So you're, you know, and it's depending on putting on weight, you know, you got to look at your parents. You know, it's genetics. You know, if my parents were big people, and so me to be big was very easy. So putting on weight is very easy. But with you, Drew, being as young as you are, we want to put on good quality weight. So that's not how I did it. I did it eating anything and everything. And got really big, but being 6'2.5", these long bench arms, you know, it's a big stroke. So I had to get a torso and a stomach, so I didn't have to push the bar that far. That was my theory of doing it. But being 5'10", you're the perfect bench height status to be an awesome bencher. 5'10", that is a bench press height right there. You've got all the keys to do anything you want, man. We just gotta do it slowly and do it correctly. Not try to rush anything, you know. Don't try to set realistic goals, you know. If you got a 500 bench, you know, 525, you know, and then a 550, and so on and so forth, and you'll surprise yourself, because having those little goals to chase, you know, you'll overshoot them. You know, you'll go out and have put 50 pounds on your bench in one training cycle. It's really weird how it works. You're only going to get stronger.
Yeah, and just like with the unlimited amount of potential you have, like, you're already killing it. So
yeah, and
your future is just super exciting to think about what you have in store. And like I said, the sky's the limit. I look forward to watching you, you know, put in some consistency, and you know, listening to the advice that you're given, and just killing it.
Take care of your shoulders
Achieving your
too.
goals and rocking. Yeah, definitely gotta take care of your
Yeah,
shoulders.
no rotator cuff injuries, things like that. Train them. No weak link in the chains, you know. Chest, shoulders, back traps. You know, you want to have strong everything. Don't neglect any muscle group. And another thing too, just throwing out stupid stuff, but squatting. You know, my bench took a tremendous jump when I started doing heavier squats. Of course, squatting with a straight bar is harder on the shoulders and will affect your bench press in the long run. But you know, training your legs, the biggest muscle group in the body, will really contribute to growth hormone production too. So I already told that story where I could bench press 315 10 times. I could squat it for 1, and I was told to go increase my squats, which I did. My bench took off. Paul Loeffler.
Jimmy Cobe once told me the collar helps keep the shirt in place. I plan on hopefully hitting 900 in the shirt next year before I add anything else. The goal is to hit 1,000 at 220 or 242. Hell
I
yeah.
love that goal, Paul, and it's
That's
attainable.
incredible, yeah.
You can do it.
Definitely attainable, but what a badass goal, man. That's awesome. That's a good
interesting
one.
about that collar too. I never knew that until now. Makes sense.
Jimmy knows his shit, man. Jimmy knows what's up. That's definitely listen to his advice, and that's a great goal. I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Drew Howard, I have certainly learned a great deal from you over the years. I started lifting at 13, and you were one of the first benchers I came across and have been watching ever since.
Thank you, Drew. That's awesome. You know, and when I was out there making that wild run that I did, I just was I was on it was a race to hell, man. Fast as I could go. I mean, it was a blur. I didn't realize what was going on around me. I just knew, I knew who I wanted to be, and that I wanted to be number 1. And I put 110% into it. I didn't half-ass anything. Excluded people from my life that were affecting my progress. Kept a small circle of friends who shared the same passion, and that's how I became great. You got somebody that likes to go out drinking on the weekends and do weird drugs or something like that. Those aren't people you want to hang around. Eating, sleeping, training, supplementation, technique. Where we at?
Let's see.
Howard Weingarten.
Howard Weingarten. Ryan, will you keep us informed of when you're going to be on Jimmy's podcast with all the other badasses? The city's name is Paso Robles. Oh, okay. Yep. The city that you're from.
Wine
Okay.
country.
Paso Robles, California. Wine country. And the Warlord is a 4-ply.
Oh, I'm interested in the Warlord. 4-ply. I'm interested now. Yeah, Jimmy's podcast, the webinar. I'm not sure. We're doing. It's good for a good cause. I don't know how it's going to work. Are we going to have like 15 people trying to talk over each other, or I'm a little confused how it's going to work. But I'm in, and it's going to be on a Sunday, I believe, in July 10th or something like that, and looking forward to it. I think we need more time, more than 2 hours. I think we need to have like 5 hours where we sit and talk. There's so much information to get out, and so little time.
Yeah, definitely.
Drew Howard.
I'm going to take advice from anyone who has been there before or there currently. I'm going to keep moving forward, and I've had naysayers before. A lot of people like to talk. I just use them for motivation and fuel. Yeah, use the haters as your motivation, man. Your supporters and your haters can both fuel your fire.
That's right.
And be your motivation, for sure. For sure.
It just goes hand in hand. When you're doing something that somebody else can't do, they're going to dog you, man. And you just keep riding that train forward, man. Don't even look back. Like one ear out the other with the fuckers like that. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
They say that you're not doing something right if you don't have haters. If you're doing well, if you're doing
That's what Mendelsohn
good,
said.
you're gonna have. Oh, I've heard a lot of people say that. Like if you don't have haters, then nobody cares about what you're doing. But if you've got haters, if you've got people that are trying to bring you down, that's because you're doing good, and that's because, a lot of times that's because they can't do what you're doing, and there's jealousy and whatever. So, yeah, use your haters as fuel. I love it. Love it.
Timur Bloomfield?
Timur Bloomfield.
That's a new name.
Timur Bloomfield. Yes.
Nice to have you,
that looks
Timur.
like a new name. Great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. Timur says, thank you for everything you do for the sport and how inspirational you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just kidding.
Oh, this birthday?
You're welcome, man. I got you. I'm just
You know,
kidding. I'm sure he was talking about you.
I wish I wasn't, having these neck things, and I wish I could go 110%. But as you get older, man, things change a little bit, and in your 20s and 30s, man, it is what it is, man. I still put 110% in of what I got, and I don't I use the age as a crutch thing, and make excuses for why I miss lifts or why I'm this, that, and the other. But hey, when I lay down on the bench, man, I feel like I'm 27, and I lift like I'm that, and I'm gonna go as hard as I can, as long as I can, man. And it's kind of funny because with my neck issue, like I said, I saw the doctor on Monday as a follow-up. It's been 14 days, 2 weeks. And I said, well, doc, how do I keep this from happening again? And he goes, don't bench press heavy. And I that's all he had. Just don't. But it's always the go-to for doctors for any type of thing you got going on with your body, for them to say, don't lift heavy anymore. Don't lift. And that just seems like an easy out. I don't know if lifting has done this to my neck. I don't know if it was high bar squatting. I don't know if it's the setup that I do, putting my traps on. It probably is driving my head into the bench, because when I bring the bar down in any type of shirt or anything I'm doing, it's head back, chest up. So once the bar starts the descent, I pull the head back, and if it's just natural wear and tear, or it's just discs, over the course of time, shrink. And I think of Arnold Schwarzenegger when I saw him in 2002 at my first Arnold Classic visit, when he ruined my last lift of the day. That would have been a $1,000 lift. I don't know if I would have got it or not, but I still like to think I would have had it if he wouldn't have gone up and talked for 15 minutes. They started to play grinder. I had my wrist, Paul was wrapping my wrists. I had the fire beanie on. I had the meet one. I think I had the meet one, 2003, or was it 3? Or it was 3 or 2. I don't know, one of them. And I just going out for some extra cash on setting another record. But when Arnold walked by me, all the things I've ever read, Arnold Schwarzenegger 6'2". Well, I'm 6'2", and I was wearing wrestling shoes, so I stood up straight. He walked by me, and he was barely 5'10". So, and I always ask people about that. And, over the course of time, we do, we shrink, So I don't know if that's just my neck getting old, or who knows. I'm still going to push hard. I don't care. Just keep an open valve in my neck with a needle in it, and just keep pumping that cortisone in there whenever I want it. Like recharging your electric Tesla car. Just pump, full. All right. Where are we at? Thank you, Timur. I appreciate the compliment. I really appreciate that. Paul Loeffler.
Paul, I'm getting off here. Gotta eat my seventh meal.
I'm proud of you, Paul.
Before I go to bed. I will definitely call you Saturday after
the meet.
After the meet. Gotcha.
7th meal,
Talk
Paul. What are you trying to do? Get big and strong?
You must not be having to make weight.
No.
Be able to eat as much as you want. That must be nice.
I'm proud of you. 7th meal. That's awesome.
I gotta cut down just a little bit. Nothing super crazy, but enough I can't be like eating quite like normal. So gotta be a little cautious. And then Friday I'll be eating 7 or 8 meals like you. So excited about that.
Should be able to weigh in at 9 o'clock, a 24-hour weigh-in if the meet starts at 9 on Saturday.
I think we're weighing in even earlier. Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Timur Bloomfield for our last question in the chat box here. What's he say?
I want to bench 1,000 pounds when I grow up.
Okay.
Currently at 352 pound bench press at 169 pounds.
Timur, that is an awesome bench press for 169. I don't know if that's raw. I don't know if you're wearing a shirt, but either way, it's impressive. And just like I preached to Drew Howard, and when I sit here and run my mouth, the same applies to you, man. Put 110% into it. Don't half-ass anything. Eat, sleep, train, and keep going, moving forward.
Definitely.
And you'll get there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you plan on
that's a
going
great
into a
start.
bench press band shirt at some point. I'm sure you are 1,000 pounds. So yeah, sounds like you're a young man and better things to come.
Let's see.
If you have any videos, like I said, I'll post my email here one more time. I'd love to see what you're doing, and I will showcase it on the show. We will talk about it. It don't matter if it's 135 or 1,035, man. We showcase everything here. That's what it's about. All right, Drew Howard.
I remember hearing a story you told a while back where I believe you said you could have hit 715 plus
Yep.
at a meet and took the raw record, but decided to go shirted at it instead because raw didn't matter.
It wasn't that, Drew. What happened at that meet was I was sponsored and endorsed by John Inzer. And at the time, I was on that run of 1,000-pound benches I was doing, 2007, 2008. And it was a training cycle that went very well. The meet we're talking about, I hit 1,100 almost, 3 inches from lockout on one side. But no, we were warming up, and I like to warm up on the Forza bench that we're going to be using at the show. And so I was rushed, and it was an APA meet. And who's the APA guy? Forget. Anyway, I like to go. I do. I warm up to like 585. APA. Yeah, I forget his name. God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, so I go 585 raw, and then I usually put on my shirt. And I at the time I would go 7, 8, 9, and 10 on a board, one board or something, and then I would open anywhere from 950 to 1010. And I think I opened at 1010 that day. And being rushed as I was, I somehow did six. What was it? It wasn't even kilos. We had pound plates that day. It was six. I did 600 raw smoke show, and then usually put on my shirt. But I said, for some reason I decided to put 735 on there, and do it raw off of a 2 board or something. And I took it out, and I remember it felt really light, and I brought it down to the board and I put it up like 135. And I told Paul, my handoff guy, I go, Paul, I got the raw bench today. The problem is, though, if I would have done that, Inzer would have probably dropped me as a sponsor. And at the time, I was ordering 4 Phenom shirts a week. And the reason I was doing that is because those shirts really had one lift in them. The material was so stretchy. Once you lifted them once, the shirt was just completely stretched out. And I've talked about it in my shows prior. But those shirts were $380 to $400 with all the special custom things I had done to them. They were very expensive. And I would come home on a Sunday night from benching, and I'd order 4 shirts, and I'd have those 4 shirts at my doorstep on Friday, week after week. And so it was kind of out of respect, I mean, John was doing that for me, and I was on one hell of a run. I had the 1075 bench. I was closing in on doing 1080, 1100, and I think that would have halted progress if I would have done that. I probably wouldn't have gotten any shirts, and that would have been a little hiatus, and I couldn't afford to lose any time there because I was on a serious run. But there was a time when everything was the cycle, the supplementation, the diet, the training, the weight. I think I was 363 that day. In fact, on my Facebook page, you can see a picture that we had the news crew there. And that's a picture where I'm in the Kennelly Power Team cutoff sleeves. And I'm standing there like this. And there's that little lady in front of me with the microphone. And I look like this gargantuan fucking monster with his eyes half closed because I'm so bloated with water. Well, let me tell you something. Strongest I ever been raw that day. To this day. It was that day. And, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But, even if I would have done it, it would have been cool. I know Mendelssohn's claim to fame is he held the shirted and the raw record at the same time, yada, yada, yada. But at that time, I just didn't care that much. I just, 700 raw benches, cool. But, 1,000-pound benches, the way I was tossing them up like 135 was even cooler to see that weight move. And at the time, you got to remember in 2000 and when was that? 6 or 7, there was 5 people on this earth that could do it. But I was the one that could do it the fastest. And so I opted to stick to my game plan and not do it. I wish I coulda, woulda, coulda, but I didn't I didn't sling it that day, but it was there. Let me tell you, Drew. Timur, shirted. Thank you so much. Yeah. Band shirts have taken the sport into a whole nother level. And we're seeing that time and time again. We turn on social media and guys are doing weights that were unheard of in my day, in the normal bench shirt era, 220 guys. I remember when George Halbert did 733 at 218 body weight. And I just thought that was never going to be touched. Look at now. We went to the Arnold a couple years ago and I saw Kruger shirts. I saw these Womack shirts. Two guys 220 doing 880 and 800, and I was like, wow, things have really changed. But it's for a good reason, and it's making a sport fun to watch. And it's now we got Jimmy Kolb doing 1400, all-time shirted record 1320 at the moment. That's huge. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought 800 raw bench could happen? Oh wow, things are a lot of crazy things happening in the sport, and it's awesome to see. Drew Howard.
Just always thought that was so cool, knowing you could smash it, but just simply not caring because raw didn't matter at that point in time.
And it really didn't at that point in time, Drew. That's kind of true. It was a shirted game, and on the West Coast here, we didn't have that USPA division that ran all raw lifting. It just wasn't popular at the time. Everybody was in gear, and now it's changed. But everything happens in cycles, and so maybe it'll come back around again. Who knows? But it's not going to happen when everything's so expensive in life, gas and food, and who can afford a $400 or $500 band shirt right now? I mean, it's getting rough out there, people. Timur is 17 years old, and you're doing awesome,
Right.
Mr. Bloomfield, at 17.
Timur.
Doing more weight than I did when I was 17.
17. Wow.
I would
Timur.
be a sophomore. I had a 211 touch and go bench.
17.
Or did I even or was that my junior year? That was my junior year.
And he was the one that was
Make that 135.
352 at 169.
Yeah.
17. Jeez.
You're doing well, Timur. Timur?
Timur.
You're way further than I ever was when I was that young.
That's awesome.
That's awesome to see.
17.
That's one of the reasons when we have guests on here, we ask them how strong they were in high school because, I mean, look where I came from. I mean, just like a soccer playing geek. And, I think 210 pounds my junior year was my best bench. And when I graduated as a senior, I committed my time full time to working on my bench press and accelerated after that. But I was scrawny in high school. I wasn't pushing those weights. You guys are a lot stronger than I ever was. And that's kind of cool to see. Drew Howard.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I remember watching videos where you'd warm up and go up to 600 plus before getting into a shirt. Nobody's doing that anymore.
No, you don't see that anymore. And that was just, I always wanted, no matter what I was doing in a shirt, I always wanted to have a 600 raw bench because Tank Abbott, when I watched him fight back in the day in 95, I saw him put up 620 pounds and really admired that. 620, he put it up pretty effortlessly. And I was like, man, I want to have a 600 bench. So I always kept my raw bench between 6 and 640 when I was in my shirt. The more I lifted in that Phenom, living in the bench shirt every workout is what I was doing. My raw bench did fall somewhat, but never below 585, 6 plates. That was very common to go up and just put that up and then shirt up. I just, and another reason I did it too, because it was kind of an intimidation factor. A lot of times in the warm-up room, you can psych people out before you even hit the platform. And no matter if you're in a shirt or what you're doing, if you're in that warm-up room and you warm up to 500 raw and you put it up like 135, it leaves somebody there scratching their head that's in your weight class and competing against you that day. Like, if he can do that raw in a shirt, so you're already mentally fucking people in the warm-up room. And that's a lot of the reasons why I did that. And a lot of it too was showing off because I know I could do it. I could do it fast and it was fun to do. 6 plates raw. I mean, that's, I don't know. I had the capability of really making that move quick. I trained with a lot of speed, did a lot of speed work, and that's the trade-off. Howard Weingarten.
Howard Weingarten. Howard's back here. Ryan, do you think the problem with your neck could be caused by the width of the pad on the benches?
Good question, Howard. I am not sure on that. I know on my bench we have, it's not a Thompson fat pad, but it's a wider pad. I am not sure, Howard. I don't have an answer. I think I know how it may have happened, but I don't know if it's years of doing that setup and, you know, driving the upper back, you know, is a contributor. That's the base that you bench from. But right by that upper back is that thoracics and C6 area. And I do a lot of driving head into the bench when I bench. And it could be that. I don't know if it's the pad. It's a good question. I don't have an answer for that. That's a question I'd ask Mike Lupacek the next time I see him. Very smart man, and he may have a little input on that, but that's a good question.
He'd have some really good technical.
I know high bar squatting can't be good because that's right. The C6 above the thoracics is where I put the squat bar when I high bar squat.
Because of the width of the bench, though, like
I don't know. Should I bench on a wider bench or a popsicle?
like
You know,
see getting up on your neck and having that be hard on it, but like, what would the width of the bench?
I don't know. I just think in general the way I set up and the way I bench, but that
That's what I
would
mean. I didn't see like getting up on your neck and bending that, and contorting, and
but stenosis is what I have, and that's thinning of the discs, and they're doing that in 3 areas: C6, 5, and 4, I believe. They were shrinking, so I don't know. I don't know why that's happening. So definitely don't want to happen again, but more than likely the cortisone shot will wear out at some point, and I'll be back to ground zero. In fact, that doctor told me, he says, once you start realizing yourself starting to revert, call me. And I said, well, doc, I said, I probably won't call you. I'll probably wait 3 weeks. And then once I see it's, you know, showed its ugly face again, I'll contact you and we'll attack it again. But you can only do so many cortisone shots. Can't do those the rest of your
I
life.
mean,
Eventually,
they'll stop working.
yeah,
'cause-
eventually I'm going to try a Tiny Meeker's method down in Tyler, Texas, doing that disc seal they do there, or ExoSims. That it's a cross between PRP and stem cell therapy in Seattle. So there's 2 other options I will do before they slice my head open. Where we at? Timur Bloomfield.
Thank you, sir. Am I the right one?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Best is 319 raw at 178 and 17 years old.
Damn.
And 352 at 169 at 16. Trying to bench 402 now, then hopefully 501.
Hell yeah, Tim.
Nice.
Stick with it, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great goal.
I'm curious what your body weight is and your height and everything also.
Well,
Did he mention
he's
that?
Yeah, he's not telling us. Height was up here. Let's see. I thought it was 5'7". Go. Let's see.
So it'd be
Hold on.
17's current weight is 78. So he's gaining body weight, which is good.
Let's see.
Drew told us his height,
69.
not Timur.
Maybe, but he did tell us how much he weighs.
I got that right here too.
Yeah.
So eventually he's gonna have to put on a little bit more weight, but I'm just wondering how tall he is. Is he, you know, like myself, tall and
I don't
lanky,
know. I thought
5'11",
he
5'12",
said,
and
I
6
heard
foot?
5'7", but that must have
Okay.
been somebody. That must have been somebody else, because these are all the ones that he did, and aren't they? Because wasn't that the first, not text, but message that he sent us?
Possibly.
Okay.
Howard Weingarten, pulling your shoulders together. You know, Howard, since I had the shot and when I do set up, I do get up on my traps and I do pinch the shoulders together, and that area right there is very compact and tight. So is that good for that part of my neck? Probably not. So, you know, it's a host of different things. In fact, pulling your shoulders together is something I didn't do the first week back. Max effort, I believe last week, I just kind of laid down and I didn't really pinch anything back there, and that's what I benched incorrectly, but I was scared to. This week I kind of put a little bit more pressure there and kind of squeezed that area, but now I'm just wondering if you know, doing that 1,000-pound board press thing, if because I woke up today and I had some carpal tunnel syndrome that was really bad, and so we'll see what happens. Keeping it all together best I can. Drew Howard.
Drew Howard. Nothing like having a huge raw and shirted bench. Nobody's doing that anymore either. Truly on a different level.
Yeah, you know, it makes me wonder if some guys are going to don the band shirt and start working on their raw max. But, You know, I don't foresee that happening because it's such a good feeling to put on a band shirt and to work with weights that are just ungodly. You know, if you're 220, you're playing with 800, 900 or 1,000. I mean, Rob Farrell did 1,000 pounds at 198. So they're fun to play with, man. These shirts are awesome. You just got to be careful because inadequate technique. You know, we've seen that with Cody Plum. We had an accident, and everything's got to be perfect. And a lot of times when we're benching with our guys, if we see anything as far as the grip, your wrist rolling back, straight up and down with the knuckles towards the ceiling, making sure that if anything looks weird, we pull the bar quick. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. So that's what important training partners are, especially when you get up to that type of weight. You need a 3-man crew to hand that weight out too. And it's all timing and it has to be perfect. You can't have it come out like this. And we still get those often in our training because a lot of guys aren't used to doing it. And so we have to take what we can get sometimes. But safety first. Anytime you're doing any amount of weight, you got to make sure your handoff partner knows what to look at and knows when to take the bar. If you're pushing the bar up and it travels over the pecs and you turn out your elbows, I'll pull the bar right from you because that's a lot of times when we see shoulder injuries and pectoral strains or tears. Mr. Bloomfield is 5'5" and 180 currently.
Yep, 5'5", 180.
That's a nice healthy weight for 5'5", man. I'm impressed.
17 years
17 years old.
That's really good.
Timur, you're set up to bench press at that height and that body weight, and you're still growing.
I'm gonna say you're gonna gain. I mean, you put on some more weight, and you're probably still growing like height wise too,
Yep.
a little bit more. So definitely in a good place.
Oh yeah. I hope you stay with us, Tim Bloomfield.
Bright.
Yeah. Don't come back to the
Sky's the
Benchmonster
limit.
family here. Thursdays night at 7 p.m. That's our normal show.
Normally Thursdays.
Yeah. So we hope to see you continuously on here, man.
Yep, definitely. Like to see your name pop up on a regular basis, and would like to see you. You might flash your email. You send your videos to Benchmonster
At gmail.com.
gmail.com, and we'll get him on the show, and he'll watch them and give you feedback if you want it, or if you want to just show off what you're doing, that too.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see your bench technique too. I always like to see how people set up, where their leg drives at, where they grip the bar, what your arch looks like. I mean, is your head coming up when you bench? I mean, there's a whole bunch of things I look for when I watch videos, and it's fun for me. So, the Ukraine freight train has a question.
Ryan sent you a lifting video.
Okay.
It would be awesome to have it on your show. Switched from strongman to powerlifting.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we'll check out your video.
It'll be on there next
Try
week,
to have it on
guaranteed.
there next week, yeah.
If it's in my email, it'll be on there. I usually don't open those. If there's a question or something in there, don't be mad if I do not reply. I usually keep those emails unopened until about Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I open them and read them and reply to them. I know a lot of people think that they send me their videos or something, but there's usually something in there that requires a reply, a message, and I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you. I just like to keep those emails unopened and highlighted in my email box so I can go Wednesday morning when I sit down to work on the show and I pull up those videos. Those are the first ones I go to, are the ones that are in my email box. And I open each one, I watch them, I save them, I name them, I put them in a little area on the desktop and get them ready for the show Thursday. Howard Weingarten.
Reason I asked is because I feel a twinge when I'm on a regular pad. We have a fat pad.
Yeah, like I said, we got a fat pad too. It's just not super squishy. It's just wide, and it's a little rigid. But yeah, I don't know, Howard. I don't have an answer. I'm kind of stumped on that one. In my mind, I just think that what I do with my setup and how I put a lot of that weight up on that thoracic area, and I try to stay up on my traps. I never want to bench flat on my shoulder blades. There's no power there. So I always try to have that lower lumbar arch, but also the upper back arch. A lot of people neglect that. It's one thing to get your hips under you, and that's awesome and all, but if you're laying flat on your shoulder blades, that's like to me, that's like a floor press. I'm trying to create a decline, and you really have to get the 3-inch PVC pipe out and roll that upper back and getting it used to bend over there so you can get up on your traps. That's what Paul Roach used to say when I would set up, get up on your traps, get that upper chest up in the air. That's what we want. Lower back, and in turn, it's damaged my lower discs in my back, and that's another problem within itself. But contorting that whole body, in a whole arch, it's not just a bench press isn't an upper body movement, it's a total body movement. So we're using every muscle from the pinky toe to the eyelids when we lift, man. It's crazy. Drew Howard.
I have used a slingshot and hit 590 before. Almost locked 600 out. The band shirts are insane. Definitely going to see more 1,000-pound benchers. Jimmy's the king right now. Yep. I would like to see him hit 1,500.
In due time. That's a whole nother level that no one can speak of. Jimmy, it's kind of like when I was, I made the big jump to like 1075, and then I ho-hummed around there. But when you're at that level, you got to figure out how often to train. You have to find a rhythm. You have to find, because you can really destroy your central nervous system handling being under that weight. And it's just a weird training. It's a balance, man, of how hard you should push it, how often. And I'm sure Jimmy has his own special training techniques. A lot of guys bench every 10 days, or they bench heavy every third week. It's just, you got to, at that level, you kind of make it up on your own. There is no map. There is no, there's nothing, there's no blueprints for that. It's kind of, you got to figure it out on your own. And Jimmy's at that level where he's learning that. And, he's young and he's strong, and I don't know, 1320. What's the next kilo up from that? 1375. Realistically, 1400, and I think that's the number. 14, obviously. It's 1405 on a kilo chart. That's fucking unreal. And you saw him move it on a little half board there, or whatever he had, and so yeah, it's Jimmy's gonna do it, man. It'll be 14 next. That will be out of reach. It's gonna take a guy like Julius Maddox to get in a band shirt and have that 800 base, and getting him, I think something like that. Somebody that's got, I'm not saying Jimmy, is not strong raw. Jimmy can do 600 raw any day of the week. I know he can, but somebody that can get up and handle at 1400, it's going to take a special being, and you got to have the right bone structure, connective tissues, tendon strength, the whole 9 yards. It takes a special cat to get up in there. So, and you only got so much time. You can't dilly-dally and think, I know Bill Gillespie, at 60 years of age did 1100, and that's awesome. But, a lot of guys start out fast and hard, and have a lot of injuries when they get in their late 30s or 40s from too much raw lifting, doing too many things and wearing out the body and discs and joints, and having your shoulders scoped. And so you gotta really keep together your spaceship or your race car here, and fuel it properly, and change the oil, and put the right chips in it and whatnot, and train optimally, and don't overtrain, don't undertrain, and move forward. I'm rambling a little bit. Where are we at?
Thank you for all your kind words, sir. I can tell you how much it means to coming from you. Thank you for
You're welcome, Timur. Anytime, man. Drew Howard. Hello.
Great show tonight. Are you sure? Yeah.
Great show.
Didn't we read the? Did I read
You already read Timur's, yeah.
Drew Howard. Great show tonight, though, guys. Really enjoyed it. I'll email you a video next week after my max effort day on Monday.
Right on.
Should hit 505 to 515. I'm close to a meet, so I'm ramping up the weight.
Awesome to hear, Drew.
Nice.
Give me that video,
Yeah,
and we'll
love the
showcase it
videos.
next week.
That'd be great. That would be awesome. The Ukraine freight train. Ryan, how can I close the gap between my dead press at chest level and my dead press 3 to 4 inches before lockout. About 200 pounds difference. I have had good carryover with pin press to bench.
Hold on, you skipped one. You skipped 2 more, and that's what I was looking at.
Well, no, that's because this is Ukraine.
Yeah.
The freight train.
2 more.
That's
got a
his.
Widowmaker.
They're connected. He didn't get to
Oh.
finish. He entered it. So this is all one. So no.
Okay, read it
you're
again.
That one.
I was looking at read it again.
Sorry, Ukraine freight train. Ryan, how can I close the gap between my dead press at chest level and my dead press 3 to 4 inches before lockout? There's about 200 pounds difference. I have had good carryover with pin press to bench.
Oh, dead press at chest level. So you're doing in the rack here, and how can I close the gap? Well, dead presses are a good exercise. We don't do them that often. Like I said, if in our training, the speed training, we want to get that bar off our chest and get it through those areas without having to worry about any sticky points or anything like that. So if you're talking an area, I don't understand, close the gap between my dead chest level and my dead press,
So like
3 to 4 inches.
so his
This area here.
his dead press at chest level and his dead press at 3 to 4 inches
from
before lockout
Right?
have about 200 pounds difference.
Yeah, that's normal.
How can he close that gap a little bit?
Well, because when you start with the bar at your chest, it's very hard, unless you're Jeremy Hornstraw. He does like 600, or a few other people. So you do the best you can at that level. And at the top, the lockout is quite simply your triceps. So what we need to do, and you know as well as I do, is speed training is one of them. I mean, if you're specifically trying to do rack presses at the chest and at the very top, that's awesome. Those will increase with repetition work. But I'm a big believer in having you do speed training with doing speed and explosive power with resistance bands, 25%, 50% of your 1 rep max, and training that explosive power in between there. I've seen it work time and time again, that you will increase the amount of weight that you can do off your chest. Another one of my favorites is, I don't know anything about the dead press and stuff because we don't do those in training. Maybe we should. But doing Spoto presses might help bridge that gap a little bit. Setting up with your normal bench style and coming down with the barbell, stopping 2 inches from your chest and pushing up. We do a lot of 5 sets of 5 with that. We use a straight bar. We use a Duffalo bar. The straight bar, of course, is called the Spoto press. The Duffalo bar we use is the Kennelly press, I called them. I kind of took that. I like the Spoto press a lot, but I really like the Duffalo bar too. So we use that with chains sometimes, and there's some videos on my Instagram, I believe, of me doing those things. So if you're seeing no success in that dead press area that you're working, you may be doing it too often, and there may be a little bit of stagnant progress there. So switching up exercises, doing more floor presses, doing more Spoto presses, Larson presses, or another one with your feet up. Switching up some things and making progress in those departments, and then coming back and see if that gap is destroyed. Hopefully, that would be my take on it.
And that looks like the last one. I think.
It's all in the training, Ukraine freight train. It's all in how you train. And I get the question, but this side of my brain is really spinning on different exercises and different training techniques that can help. Because at the end of the day, freight train, you want to bring up your bench press and you want to get stronger. And so these are just some simple things that I do and have done over the course of time. Just remember, triceps are 75% of your bench press. So we train them 2 to 3 times a week. A lot of rolling dumbbells, a lot of lockouts on boards, a lot of extensions, man, really, really thickening the area of under this part of your arm here. Louis always says a great bench presser is how thick and wide you are under here. And so that's a lot of the area that we attack. You know, a lot of this muscle up here, the tricep, there's 3 heads, of course, but the tendons that roll over into the forearm that actually lock out the weight, you got to have strong tendons too. So I think we need to get away from the pin presses and do other special exercises. And I know damn well when you come back to those a certain amount of time, and you'll see a tremendous progress. Timur Bloomfield, and that's it.
Timur Bloomfield. I just got a Widowmaker and did 535 at 180-pound body weight today. Hoping to do more soon.
Nice
Very
job,
nice.
Mr. Bloomfield.
Awesome.
Do you have a video of that? Because I'd love to put that on the show. 2-ply Widowmaker, large,
Yeah,
extra
that's
large.
huge.
That's awesome. 535 at 180.
That's a pretty damn badass.
That's stout, dude.
coefficient you got there, sir. Very, very impressive. Yep, we'd like to see video.
Video.
So if you
I'm all
have
about
it,
videos. I mean, we
we'll
can all.
throw it up here for sure.
Yeah, I'm always putting this email up
Post
here.
it, please.
I want your videos, please.
Howard Weingarten, Ryan, have you seen Louis started to up band tension to 33% during speed day for some of the training?
Yeah, that 33%, you know, it's like I asked AJ Roberts recently and Dave Hoff how they utilized taking 30% of their shirted max for speed day. And we talked about that on the show recently. I mean, the golden rule is, you know, in what Louis taught me in 2001 is to use bands 45 to 50% and chains 50 to 55 to 60%. And I always fell with that. Sometimes we lower those though. Sometimes we'll change the bar weight to 40% with a specialty bar because, you know, it's based off your 1 rep max. So on a specialty bar, like a football bar, I know I can't do 600, so I'm not going to use 50% of 600 on a football bar. I have to use 40%, and that usually the speed usually about right, 40% on specialty bars. Fat grips, axle bars, football bars, Duffalo prototype. We don't speed bench with the Duffalo bar itself. It has a little too much of a curvature in it, a deficit in it for what we like. But we have the prototype that Duffin used, and all it is a regular gym bench bar that he had bent, and it's about it's a little less aggressive at the bottom, but suits us well. So, but it is a specialty bar. But yeah, I don't know, 33%, I'm assuming that's bench press. I'm assuming that's what we're talking about. I don't know if that's their speed squats and their deadlift training, if that's probably not the percentage they use there, because Louis always told me on bench, it's 25% of your 1 rep max. That should be the resistance that you use. And so that's why I always ask somebody what their 1 rep max is, and I find 25% of that, and then I set them up with the correct band tension or chain. So it's worked for us. It continues to work, and but we're open for all suggestions, you know. And I'm one to switch up things. I've said it time and time again that I like to guinea pig my guys a little bit and throw things in and throw extra things in. And if it works for everybody, then I keep it. If it doesn't work, then I pull it. But we always got to try to throw different things in the soup, you know, and see what you get. That's the fun part of training. It's never just the same thing over and over, monotonous, archaic training with straight weight. I always find a way to change the angle, hang kettlebells from it, use a different grip, it's on and on, man. Always trying to make it fun. I couldn't be doing this every day if we just did the same thing over and over again. I'd be burnt out. But thanks to Westside showing me a different avenue, and any training program that you may be doing, they all work. 531. I mean, Wendler. I mean, all training programs work. You just have to do them, stick with them, and you'll get success. So that's interesting. Now, 33%. I thought it was 30. Did AJ or Hoff told me? I wasn't sure of their shirted max. But either way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Wednesday's show. Shut it down now. It's a weird day. Feels like Thursday, but it's not. It's hump day, so we got to keep moving. Yeah. And we'll be back next Thursday.
Doesn't it?
And
next week we'll
normal
be back
time.
at regular time. So
hope to see everybody then. I know this was kind of weird. Hopefully you guys, some people watch it tomorrow, and they probably will.
Hopefully people will watch it when they get a chance.
I should have a whole bunch of videos
Thursday,
from you guys
Friday,
next week
whatever.
too. I'm excited. I threw my email up there, and I hope to see a lot of videos. And let's continue on getting stronger as a family. Benchmonster TV. Benchmonster.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Those of you that took the time to join us on our early day, we really appreciate it. I know it's not totally normal, so thank you for being flexible and bearing with us. We appreciate and love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great rest of your week. an awesome weekend, and we look forward to seeing you back at regular time next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.